Let's see. Well, happy Tuesday, Streamland. Welcome to Call from the Deep. This is Drake Takes. This is Drake on Drake Takes. And I have an echo going on, so I need to figure that out. There we go. I don't want to hear myself talking. That's horrible. So what's going on, all you people out there in Streamland? What's up, El Merte and Gorgio and Stream Elements and Streamlabs? What are you guys doing? And I see Valtrex and Caesar, but you guys don't count because you're in chat. Oh, so you guys had some fun, right? A little background at what level are you guys going to be in a moment? Because you guys can level your characters. Because level up, everybody did an awesome job on your stories, and and Spencer, thanks for the biddies. And we're going to get to those stories in a minute, so have them handy because you're going to read them to the stream. Nice.
Ooh.
But and then we're going to talk about um, what the DM did for some of you guys, or most of you guys. Um, and then we're going to fast forward 30 days and then get rocking and rolling on some other stuff to do. But is everybody just leveling up their main class, or is somebody? I think Matakiri's doing another level in Rogue
Yep.
for uh, for Krell.
Cunning action.
Ooh, yes, cunning action. I love cunning action. It's like the best part of D&D. I love
Cunnilingus.
I love playing rogues. I do.
Who said what?
What happened?
What?
So Amber's gonna take a level of Triton.
Ah, ah.
That way I
Level of
get that swim
Triton.
speed while
Yes,
breathing.
you got to get a fin.
My race is a class now? What?
Yep. Stream Elements is giving me some love. It's all wrong though. I need to go in and fix Stream Elements. All the shit's wrong.
Make a note. Make a note.
Yeah, I'm making a note right now. Fix Stream Elements. You know, there's so much shit that's connected now. Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Stream this, your Stream Elements. Fix crap. There. I'll look at that like next week and go, what the hell does that mean? You like Krell's new picture in Gorgio? That's pretty cool. Let's see if I have it. Then I can put it on the screen here. Oh, look, I made side banner buttons. I got rid of the buttons so I can make a story entry with the buttons. You know, it, but see, when I need room, I turn it off. When I don't need room, I turn it on. So if those buttons would just turn on and, oh, I guess you can just turn them all on and off except for the top ones, right? Can you? With the library, can you turn them all off? I never even tried. No, all these experienced Fantasy Ground players and they don't know either. Oh. What was I looking
You mean
for? Oh,
turn
an
off
image.
all of the record things?
The banners, can you turn them all off
Yeah, you can turn them all off.
and have that
It,
whole
it won't
screen?
get rid of the sidebar. The sidebar will still be there, but
Oh,
the
well, that's
banners
retarded.
you can turn off the. Yeah, it doesn't get rid
There
of
should be a
the
switch
sidebar.
turn off sidebar. Boop. Turn on sidebar.
Well, there
Or
is
it should
because I don't
auto
have a
hide.
sidebar.
It
Huh?
should auto hide, and then when you shift your mouse over to the right side, it should pop out.
Oh no, that would annoy me. That's like that stupid thing. What's the overlay for the stream? D&D Beyond. You kind of move your mouse and the thing
Yeah.
pops in, and then you can't get rid of it. You're like, go away. That's why I don't have. That's why I don't have that extension turned on. What was I looking for? Steer images. Images. See if I have a. an image in here for Krell. Did I make one? Oh, there it is. Krell 2. Here it is. There's the good one. Yep. Yep, there it is. There's the new Krell image. He's got the goggles of night vision. Do I have a... Do I have the right... Yeah. Well, that one's too light. Sounds are too light. Was somebody talking about a whip crack?
Yeah. Yeah, you.
There is just one whip crack.
There was one. I can't remember what it was then.
I don't know. I renamed them all.
You have too much fun at this, Drake.
Yeah. So as we're waiting, we are leveling up.
I'm done.
I know. I know.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to take a feat or just raise my wisdom to 18, and that's what I'm going to do.
You have Warcaster and what was the other one I took?
I got healer. Yeah. I don't know. Warcaster would be nice.
Warcaster is advantage on Constitution saves, which lets you
Which is
use for
concentration.
concentration.
mhm.
And then Resilient is the other one that I took. You gain proficiency in saving throws using you can select Constitution, and so then you get your proficiency bonus and advantage on concentration checks. Makes it way easier to maintain
Yeah,
concentration. on
Born is
spells.
impossible to knock something
That's
off.
one you net, whatever one you pick.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm staring at that. I got a wisdom of 16. You know, a cleric level 8 needs to have a little bit higher wisdom, I think. Yeah, Warcaster would be nice.
Well, isn't that special?
Yeah, I think I might take Warcaster just for that advantage on concentration checks.
Yeah, I think I will. Now to find feats. Where are feats? Feats. Feats don't fail me now. This is one of those scams, man. I'm not entering my username.
Activation code required. Authorization required.
So, before I forget, Nastagamus, I got you a sound for your new side effect.
Okay.
Look into my eyes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's on your sound bar on your inventory on your player screen.
Oh, sweet.
At least it
I think I'm gonna take the
should
crossbow
be.
expert.
At least it should be, anyways.
Yeah, it is.
You can check to make sure it works.
Thought you already had crossbow expert.
So,
No, I had
Nostagamus,
sharpshooter.
yeah, you just need to push it once.
Sorry
So,
about that.
on your character sheet down at the bottom, I made another Z note on the bottom. And what that is if you look at your character in the combat tracker and you equip that item, watch what it does. So if you're in sunlight, you can equip that.
Did it work? I equipped
Yeah,
it, but I didn't see it pop up on the combat tracker.
it's not under your effects. Maybe it's hidden. Let's see. Oh, it's GM only. Let me turn that off. There you go.
Cool.
Turn it off and then turn it back on. Let's see if it automatically. Now, why does it automatically do GM?
It's on the how you defined the ability, the effect in the advanced effects thing. There's a visibility field that you must have.
Ah, it's default.
Clicked.
Maybe hide show. Okay. Or did not click. That's probably why.
Default mode shows if the item is identified or hides it if it is not.
So try it again. No. What'd you say?
Nope.
It says visibility.
Yeah, just click on it to show, and it'll should always show.
No, I did show and
Is the item marked identified?
oh, shut up. Now it is. No, that didn't work either. Let me try. And I've got it marked to show and it's ID'd. Unless it's got to be ID'd somewhere else. User error. Absolutely user error.
Maybe take him out of combat tracker and re-add him.
Or let me open the item and delete the item and find it because I just closed it and deleted it. And items. Side. Uh-huh. Alright, I think I got the gist of this now. It's making a copy of it, so I need to fix it here first. I think. Hide show. And then drag it to your sheet. No. So I have some learning to do on advanced effects because that didn't work. But I can turn them all on. So you can turn that on and off, and you can see when it's equipped and not equipped for now. But you won't see it in the. It won't. It'll probably turn it off and turn it back on. But that's just a general idea. So when you're out in the bright light, in the bright sunlight. Now, if you're inside in light, it doesn't bother you, but it's sunlight.
Right. Right.
Or if you're like shooting at somebody in sunlight from the dark, it also can affect you. So, Krell, you have a bunch on you too.
What if I cast Storm Sphere? Does that block out the sun?
Uh, Possibly. Does it say it blocks out the sun? Does it make it
No,
cloudy? Does it give it dim light? Does it do anything?
no, nothing like that.
So,
I was just pushing my luck.
yeah. If you don't think it's gonna work, then it probably is. So I'm not sure. Matacuria help me when we're not on the table to go through some of these and figure out what the hell. But you guys should be able to edit them now, right?
Yeah, I can edit the effects.
So I'm not sure why they're not visible automatically.
Yeah, I don't know on that one.
Uh-huh. All right, so you guys done with your characters? Krell, let's go ahead and just
Kind of.
start. Let's start with Krell. What did Krell do for the last 30 days? So they've had 30-day downtime in Neverwinter, and they all wrote a story, little 300 word or more story. And not only did they gain a level, they also gained either a bunch of spells in their spellbook, like Sven did, or and I think Sven got some other little minor trinket, and or they got a pretty cool magical item. So go ahead, tell us what Krell did for 30 days and 30 nights.
All right, I will read you my story. Another day in port in one of these stinking, cramped cesspits they call cities. Flat-faced, featherless lumps packed in as tightly as possible, all scrambling to make a few copper. While on a stroll to pick up a few more bundles of crossbow bolts, someone caught my eye. A face, barely remembered, but the scars made it certain. It was Arnett, Scarface. I last saw him 20 years ago as a crew member on a pirate ship that attacked our Erie. He was a bad man. The only one worse than him was the captain, Malden Silverteeth. Many chicks were killed that day. There was something familiar hanging from his neck. It didn't take long to realize that it was my mother, Kire's necklace. I quickly and silently followed him until he turned down a dark alley. A few seconds later, and without even a chance to cry out, he lay bleeding out with 5 bolts stuck in his chest. Using my claws, I carved our family crest into his forehead and let out a screech. If this dog is here, his master won't be far, I thought. And so my search began. I searched high and low, even into the sewers on one occasion. 2 weeks in, and I was no closer than when I started. I soon realized that he may be in hiding, or had left. I needed to know, and this heavy sack of gold I've been lugging around has been itching to get spent. And so, the gold began to flow. I bribed guards, I bribed sewer workers, thieves' guilds, whores, anyone else who might have a clue. Within a few days, it began to pay off. Hints of where he might be prompted me to even borrow money from my friends, although only Nystagmus was willing to part with some. I'll pay him back later. Death comes first. Finally, as the repairs were nearing completion, a solid lead. That bastard Malden had some gambling debts left unpaid. He was holed up in the pirate's sky hold, a fitting place. It was time for that man to die. Blackening my feathers with charcoal dust and wearing my goggles of the night, I silently flew up to the sky hold. His room had a window. Unlocked, idiot. Unseen, I flew in to find him drunk and snoring on his bed. I quickly manacled him and woke him with an arrow through each knee. That was a long night, he told me. He told me everything. My mother was dead, as well as Ear, my clutch's eldest formal. As a trophy, he had taken an egg, freshly laid by Ear. It was in his trunk. After admitting to that, I questioned him on his true purpose in hiding here. Seeing death in my eyes, he began to speak. I was sent here to spy on Gurinder the Vile by is all he got out. He slumped over, silent, with a pink ooze dripping out of his ears. Tearing through the room, I found little of value except for the egg, and a fine suit of studded leather made by my people. It was much finer than what I had, and designed to accommodate my wings. Taking these items, I grabbed his body and flew out the window. It was a massive struggle, but I flew as high as I could go, then dropped his carcass into the chasm. I need to find out if this egg is viable, or if the stress has ended the precious life of my niece or nephew inside.
Level up. Very good job. Very good job. So the leather, what did we make the leather?
The leather armor was pretty darn amazing leather armor. It is studded leather. It's a combination of the Cloak of the Mountebank and Glamored Armor. So Glamored Armor is a +1 bonus to AC for my studded leather, and as a bonus action, you can speak the armor's command word and assume the appearance of normal clothes while keeping the protective qualities of the armor. In addition, with the properties of the Cloak of the Mountebank, it allows me once a day to cast the spell Dimension Door, so I can teleport up to 500 feet as an action.
And when he arrives, the Cape of the Mountebank usually has some smoke, but in his case, it's feathers. Poof.
A poof of feathers, and I appear.
And disappear.
Reminds me of quail hunting with my grandpa.
When you shoot a quail. So, Scuzzer, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. What did
So-
Scuzzer do? Scuzzer is a pirate, so.
Scuzzer visits the Moonstone Mask. That is his normal resting place while in Neverwinter. It's been a while since his girlfriend Luna Ciana was murdered. That was back in episode 1. Scuzzer was involved in a polyamorous relationship with Luna and the proprietor of the Moonstone Mask, Lisette Chelder. Scuzzer and Lisette are violently furious over the murderous death of their lover. Lisette always uses her little black book full of Neverwinter noble names to her advantage. During Scuzzer's time away, Lisette has learned of some leads regarding who murdered their lover. I lost my place. It was a high price to pay in gold to pay, but Lisette would not be done wrong without revenge. It turns out it was one of Callus's crew who slit Luna's throat as she was returning to the Moonstone after a day of shopping in town. Callus ordered it done after he found out Scuzzer was the one who stole all the crew's treasure in the middle of the night along with a conspirator. After learning it was Callus who ordered this done, Scuzzer retrieved some of the treasure he had Lisette hide in the secret Moonstone Mask cellar. In this treasure there was a small, beautiful, ornate treasure chest that was locked with a combination lock. This was not too hard to pick, as oddly enough, Lisette is very adept at these things. Inside were various notes, logs, ledgers, and orders. This was Captain Callus's personal belongings. Inside, they find orders for Callus to attack, sink, and leave no witnesses of several Flaming Fist merchant ships. The Red Fist was on the list. This order was signed by Nolmar Antios. Callus had Luna murdered in hopes of drawing Scuzzer out of hiding. Luna and Scuzzer find the name of the Callus crew member who carried out the dirty deed and have captured him alive and confined him in the secret cellar of the Moonstone Mask. For the next 10 days, Scuzzer and Lisette exact their revenge on this prisoner. Torture was laid upon him that would make the likes of Bane, Ball, Loth turn their heads away from the grisly sight and find a sliver of mercy in their hearts for the tortured prisoner. Scuzzer, still feeling a remorse for what Callus made him do and witness aboard the Red Fist, now turns his sight on the rich, pompous noble who signed the death warrant. Lisette uses her little black book to blackmail an invitation to a swanky party of fancy Neverwinter nobles that will be happening within a 10-day. For sure, Nomar Antios will be in attendance to try and gain favor with other nobles of Neverwinter. His plan is to take him alive, at least for now.
So just as a reminder, the Red Fist is the ship that Krell was on when it was destroyed and left for dead hanging in the rigging. So, and the swanky party we're going to have some more information on in a moment as we get down to Nostagamus. But Ember, what did Ember do? Ember was a busy boy.
Yes, he was. Unlike a lot of the other ones that took place over a day or two. Mine is right at the end of the 29 days, the 30 days. Ember walked into his room in the manor's house. He dropped his trident on the floor where it lands with a crash, startling the dozing wings on his perch. Sorry, my friend, Ember says, smoothing down the ruffled feathers. It has been another long day. I find it hard to believe, but I am actually glad to be getting back to the dangers of sea life with the rest of the group. This last 29 days have been severely taxing. I am a wielder of magic by Ogma's quill, not a soldier. He reaches down to pull off his boots, but the twinge in his back stops him, and he just lays back and stares at the ceiling, thinking back on the last month. Each morning at sunrise, he rose and hastily downed a bowl of porridge and some eggs. As the first sun's rays crested the Fighters Guild walls, he was there, facing off the large instructor, trident in hand. And day after day, the instructor worked with him for 3 hours, changing weapons and fighting styles, while Ember struggled to get this giant fork to move faster and at least parry some of the attacks that left him bruised and sore. He spent the next 3 hours transcribing the new spells he picked up from the Raven into his spellbook. It was a slow, painstaking process that involved committing each syllable, hand gesture, and component to memory in their exact sequence. Every syllable had to be stressed in just the correct way, or the magic faded, or worse, was mischanneled. Minutes stretched into hours as he worked on each spell. Some were spells he already knew, so he would haggle with the merchants and other wizards he had met, trading for more of the expensive magic-infused ink or spell components needed to finish the spell he was working on. Then he spent the time from the afternoon bell to dusk in the water at the docks, again with the trident, but for these 2 hours, he spent his time learning how to wield it, with the ocean fighting him as much as his trainer. Then stumbling back to the manor as the evening shadows lengthened, he would numbly eat the evening meal to gain strength to take the carriage to the Ogma temple. In the Ogma library, he would read books, scrolls, loose pages, and even runes scrawled on artifacts and pieces of metal, searching the myriad of topics his party had uncovered during their travel. He found little about the Arcane Brotherhood, but there was much writing on the Illithids, or Mind Flayers as the uneducated called them. So much was rumor, lies, or tales hundreds of years old, and it was hard to know the truth from fiction. He learned of Nautiloid, the huge flying ships the Illithids used to travel to other planes, and even other worlds if the text were to be believed. He studied how the Elder Brains enslaved races like the Githyanki and the Duergar. By the second week, he found himself being woken each night by the guards who patrolled the library after falling into an exhausted slumber on the pile of manuscripts spread before him. He would then make his way back to the manor and the bed waiting for him, where he collapsed to do it all again just a few hours later. Just one more day, Wings, he mumbled half asleep. One more. And he now is proficient using Trident in melee, and he was able to transcribe the spells that he got that he did not know already from the mage spell books that he had into his spell book.
And the trident that you have is actually a quarterstaff that you twist, and fork pops out the end. Chunk. So you don't have to look like, you know.
Very cool.
It's not magical, but it's pretty mechanical. And you got the message that I sent you too on some of the research that you discovered in.
Yes.
All right, excellent.
Not on the research I discovered, just on the thing about the robin. The raven. I didn't get anything on the research though.
Yeah, look in your chat between you and I. There's a message. Interesting. Very good. And so Nystagmus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah. So, the door in front of Nystagmus was unmarked, as expected. Places like this didn't advertise. He stepped inside, closing the door quickly behind him. Before he even had a chance to look around the room, a voice addressed him from the darkness. Nystagmus! That you smarmy bastard? It must be you. I'd recognize that jazz on your head anywhere. Rackham? Nystagmus replied. It's been a while. The half-elf stepped forward out of the shadows of the room into the light spilling through the shop's dirty front windows. I haven't seen you since we went through that managerial restructuring. It was a mutiny, Rackham. You know I didn't agree with it. Have you heard from Vane? His ship was hit by pirates a couple months back, and everyone was killed. I always hated him. I believe you should only speak good of the dead, the half-elf replied. He's dead. Good. Rackham smiled at his old acquaintance's irreverence. The Triton hadn't changed. What do you want, Nystagmus? You wouldn't be here if you didn't need something you couldn't get anywhere else. I need access to that party. You know the one, the fancy one all the nobles will be attending this week. And you still owe me one. Not even my debt to you would cover the cost of an invite to that shindig. Not a chance. Doesn't matter how many times you saved my skin on that boat. But I do know the party you're asking about, and I do happen to have acquired an invitation. I'm not going to give you this invite to cover my debt. But I am going to give you this invite because I love the idea of your fishy ass rubbing elbows with those posh idiots. Rackham pulled a wax-sealed envelope from an inside pocket and handed it to Nystagmus, who slipped the invitation into his cloak without looking at it. And to settle our debt, I'm going to give you my last dose of this. The fence reached inside another pocket, removing its contents and offering Nystagmus a mysterious blue vial. They say a drop of this in each eye will give the user permanent dark vision, although I haven't tried it myself. Nystagmus examined the vial and read aloud a section of its label. Exotropicine may be right for you. Side effects of exotropicine are uncommon, but include headache, nausea, vomiting, death, dizziness, insomnia, narcolepsy, vaginal ejaculations, dysentery, cardiac arrhythmia, mild heart explosions, varicose veins, darkened stool, darkened soul, lycanthropy, trucanthropy, arteriosclerosis, hemorrhoids, diabetes, bonitis, virginity, mild discomfort, vampirism, spontaneous dental hydroplosion, gender impermanence, high blood pressure, more vomiting, brown, your mom, and occasional lower back pain. Do not take exotropicine if you suffer from seasonal allergies. Almost expected to hear your name on that list, the half-elf quipped. Even if that stuff doesn't work, we're even now. I don't want to see you in here again. Hopefully you won't have to. And because I'm sure most people wouldn't know this, I'm going to point out my joke in here, where he says that he half expects to see Nystagmus's name on the list. That's because I don't know if you've ever seen those people who have like very rapid eye movements that they can't control. That's Nystagmus. Like that's the medical terminology for that. And to tell you guys more about what Nystagmus received, he did use the drops, which did give him permanent dark vision out to 120 feet, but he is now sensitive to light. So anytime we're fighting outdoors, yeah, he might be at disadvantage if I have to make any attack rolls or perception checks.
And it also gave him the hypnotic eyes.
Yes. Now, 3 times a day, I can cast Charm Person with my eyes. And I can also use a spell slot to upcast that so that I can use my Charisma modifier for the spell.
Look into my eyes. Oh. So, very good, very good. Squall.
Okay. It was a fool's errand, and for that, Squall dared not involve his companions. They had other matters to attend to in preparation for the coming storm. He would not see failure in the mission cast a shadow of dishonor upon those companions. Grave robbery, after all, was considered distasteful at best. The cleric reflected on the peculiarity of those terms, grave robbery, and how they could be applied to some delvings and not others. Perhaps it had to do with the age of the crypt. In this case, the dead were still fresh in the minds of those that had recently laid them to rest beneath the ruins of Helm's Hold. To be caught pilfering about would surely brand the guilty with such a black appellation. In a city like Neverwinter, it's not difficult to assemble a crew of scallywags. Just dangle the golden carrot and watch the mules chomp at the bit. And so it was that he formed his ragtag collection of degenerate scum from the waterfront district. Those same scallywags that now lay scattered across the floor of the crypt in varying poses of death. The silver and gold are yours to keep as promised, Squall said to the rogue whose face had melted away into a glob of oozing flesh. He stepped over what was left of the wizard and removed the tome and staff from the skeletal grasp of the priest that last carried it. With one look back down the corridor that had annihilated his party, he turned to address them where they lay. If only we had the staff before we entered, perhaps you would have had the opportunity to spend your earnings. But alas, your ignorance had exhausted my divine gifts before we reached our quarry. He turned the ring on his left thumb. In the unsteadying shift that always accompanies teleportation, he stepped from the catacombs below Helm's Hold into the private chambers that Jarlaxle kept in Luskan. As usual, the drow seemed unsurprised at the sudden appearance of the cleric. You found what we sought, and with little trouble, I hope. No more than expected, the cleric replied. I believe this is the tome you seek? Jarlaxle unwrapped the cloth to reveal a strange leather-bound volume. Indeed, my friend, this is the very one. It appears we will both benefit from your excursion. Shall we keep this between ourselves, then? Let none be the wiser, Squall said. Thank you for letting me borrow that ring, and should you ever decide to sell it, I'd offer a handsome price. As for now, I'd settle for a quick return to Neverwinter before my companions would find me away from the city. It's the least I could do, Jarlaxle replied, opening the portal that showed the Neverwinter wood just beyond. Until next time, fare you well then, he said, as Squall stepped through to the misty morning outside the walls of Neverwinter.
So, what was it that Squall came out of that Helm's Hold with?
Well, Jarlaxle had gotten a hold of him. Just, one of those mysterious kind of popped out of an alley one night in Neverwinter. Hey, come here. And he set him on this course with the promise of finding a staff that would come in handy in keeping the party alive in the trials to come. And it's the staff Helm's staff of healing and seeing. And I think I'm going to change its name to Valkur's staff because Helm is dead. So
How
he
do you
doesn't
spell
need the
that?
staff anymore. Valkur. Captain of the Waves. Was an exarch of Tempest, patron of sailors, ships, favorable winds, and naval combat. So, and it provides a number of different things like healing spells, mass cure wounds, dark vision out to 120 feet, true sight to 120 feet, and I can see into the ethereal plane up to 120 feet. The downside is I can never avert my eyes. So, but it's a bonus to perception checks and stuff. But I just have a feeling I'm going to be very tired in a couple of days.
So, don't go, hey, Squall, look, a Medusa! Because he's fucked then.
Yep. Yep.
Nice. So this it gets the power of the Staff of the Healing and the power of Robe of Eyes. So he's got 10 charges. That's going to allow him to use Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration, and Mass Cure Wounds. Burning charges to go. And the staff is going to regain 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. And if for some weird reason you ever burn the last charge, poof, no more staff. And that is everybody. So I think that's well deserved of the level that you guys just gained and the magical items. Now we have a couple of little crosstalk things that we need to discuss because you guys found a couple of notes. I think one of you found a note in a trunk, and you all found a note when you guys went through all the crap from the Raven. So those are things that you guys need to, as a party, figure out how to figure out. And we're in Neverwinter, and are we doing a calendar? I don't remember on this table. I think we are, aren't we? Yes,
You
we
usually
are.
have it in the message of the day.
So it's been 30 days. So the message of the day probably is wrong if it is in there. Close that, close that, close that. I got a bunch of shit open. Oh, I didn't have the date in there. Nice. I have today's date, June 9th. So 30 days is going to put you... We're going to call it... So does this calendar go top to bottom or across? Is Kythorn after...
Kythorn,
is
yep.
after Mythorn, yeah. So it's going to be... We'll just call it the 8th of Kythorn. In Neverwinter. So you guys obviously had free roam to stay at the palace too, by the way. So you didn't have to burn any of your hard-earned gold for a place to stay. And you could come and go fairly easy there. Of course, you know, you can't be dragging bodies through the front gate of the palace or anything. Not without a pretty good excuse, anyways. Or Lord Daggett helping you, you know, get the feet. Never remember. So let me push that, and it's morning time. So there you guys go. So what questions do you guys have? Holy crap, I was way down on chat. That
Did we
pertains
get
to...
long rest?
Yeah, you should have a long rest. Let me push that to you too. There you go. And I'll double that just in case you had some burned hit dice, because you would be fully fullized. So, what do you guys think? Hmm? Hmm?
So I'd imagine we've kind of stayed in touch through these 30 days, kind of trying to wait and see what happens here. If we hear something or can't hear you, Drake.
Someone should check on the ship too.
Did you forget to plug them in, Drake?
I think my battery died.
Yep.
Somebody done killed
Sounds
my
like it.
battery. It didn't even beep. It just shut the hell off, and I thought it was plugged in. I didn't know. I didn't
What
know.
were you saying, Spin?
But someone
Should
needs to
check.
check on the ship as well.
The ship's in dry dock under repairs for 30 days and 30 nights. So, yeah, you guys probably would check in once in a while. It's kind of your vessel, so you might go and have them change the paint color and put some new hammocks in or whatever. I don't know. But I don't think your focus was fixing up the ship so much this trip. You know, it was damaged. You needed to get it repaired because it got scorched by a giant octopus. The
We've got a
mast.
longboat and a bunch of berserkers in port. What are we doing with them?
I
It's
think you
like
guys probably have them guarding your the voyage. And they're probably getting drunk. I mean, they are like Vikings, right?
Yep.
They are from the north, or Gunderland. Anyways, but there's Druid the Raven's note says visit visit Asha in the Goldor Arms. She's making headway with the Duchess Morwen. So
Is that
I have no idea what that means. What do you guys think? What do you think that means?
does Duchess Morwen mean anything to you guys?
Duchess Morwen.
Reads to me like she's being duped by these folks.
I got no clue.
Well, I say we find this Aisha in the gold and the Golder Arms. Who's got the best like investigation?
So
type
who's
stuff?
got who would be your more travel historian type of person? Anybody? Anybody proficient in history?
Not I.
So Sven
Ember is.
is a or Ember, Sven's character is proficient in history. Anybody else proficient in history? Ember, what's his travel like? And we know he's from Gunderland, right? Born and raised in Gunderland.
So I had 6 months on a ship. So probably 4 or 5 different port cities, and that's pretty much it.
Well, yeah, I would say you probably, and you guys have been to Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate. You know, all of you guys have been
Studied
there.
a lot though.
But
I
this
was I
this
bought a books.
particular Morin doesn't ring a bell to you. So just something off the top of your head, you can't figure it out. And what was the other note that we had from Callus? I posted that in the...
Delshra Windhair. That was the name.
Delsha Windhair.
That was a note in Callus's little ornate chest.
Do we have a swashbuckler? We have a pirate, I know. Is anybody a swashbuckler now?
I mean, Krell does have a whip and a rapier that he uses for fun.
For fun? What does he do with that?
When he doesn't want to kill them outright.
Oh, like the barkeep kinda. Alright, yeah. Nothing off the top of you guys' head is ringing a bell with those names. Nothing on the tip of your tongue.
No, this Duchess, I don't know.
Well, we could start asking around. I mean, I know Jarlaxle wanted to figure out who what the traitor was. He might be able to tell us something since we still have those sending stones.
You do.
Is the Goldar Arms like a store or?
You're not sure. Goldar Arms. It kind of sounds like a store, doesn't it?
Or like an island chain.
I am Goldar Arms. You don't think it's a name. I'm Goldar. Welcome to the Goldar Arms.
Delshra Windhair is certainly a name, according to the note that was in the thing.
Definitely a name. Trying to see what note I posted because I didn't put it in Fantasy Grounds. A note from Druid the Raven's belongings says, visit Asha and the Goldar Arms. She is making headway with the Duchess Morwen.
Yeah, I posted it in chat.
I'm going to post it
Wings posted it.
there. Oh, did you?
Wings did.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Wings did because he's Wings today. He's like, woohoo, woohoo.
He flew it around to everybody so they could read it.
And so you guys are like you know, doing your thing and stuff, and an individual approaches you guys that you recognize. I do believe Scuzzer probably recognizes this individual the most. And I'm going to show you a picture. And let's see if you can tell who she is from the picture. If you guys remember.
She's the water genasi that manages the dock. The dock
Very
master.
good.
Mm-hmm.
She is. Her name is Lynn Jess. And she's the harbor master in Neverwinter. And she's responsible for tax collection and trade in the city.
She's a water genasi.
She is.
Let's you and me get together, baby, make it rain.
But she has a mission for you. She says, I need to speak with you. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. A member of the Neverwinter Watch approaches you and says that the harbor master, Lynn Jess, would like to meet you tonight at the Beach Leviathan.
Who, me?
The whole group. So
Fellas,
either
looks like
individually
the whole group. What do you mean?
or as a
She
group,
takes on all comers.
yeah, you are approached by a member of the Neverwinter Watch with a note inviting you to the Beach Leviathan to meet with the harbor master Lynn Jez. Cordially invited tonight. Casual attire. Should the characters accept? Do you guys accept?
Sure.
Yeah.
They meet Lynn Jez at the tavern where she's already put out on a spread for them and thanks them for her efforts to protect Neverwinter. She says, I wish to thank you for the protection you have shown, Neverwinter. I'm responsible for ensuring that the docks of Neverwinter remain safe and to maintain the vital flow of commerce into the city. This requires a large force of mercenary sailors, mainly from Mintarn. They are hired through the White Sails Company, which you are familiar with. Of late, I have hired and requested from the island several ships, and they have been turning up with fewer and fewer mercenaries than expected, or arriving several days or weeks late. If you're in the area of Mintarn, I wish for you to investigate what's going wrong on the island. I can offer you 1,000 golden gems if you bring information back.
She's got Scuzzer's interest.
Each?
So,
1,000 gold each?
of course, then I would only need one of you. It's your choice.
Well, we know Squall's gonna volunteer for her.
Squall's down.
I like that commanding look she has. There's something about her.
Commanding look, huh? Yeah, she's constantly juggling water and playing with water, and she like takes it
She's-
out of a glass and puts it into another glass and swirls it around, and
Careful with them water genasi. They're always wet.
you know, like on the up in the Mir space station or whatever, they have the water floating around. She does that and goes. And Squall goes. Ooh. Gets a chill up his spine. All right, so that is a quest that I'm going to give to you guys. Bada bing.
So
You can. Mhm.
I want to ask her if she knows anything about Delshra Windhair. She knows
Dulshar
anything about that
Windhair.
name.
I have not heard that name in almost a century. Why do you ask of Delshar?
I was just curious. Heard some things about her or him. I don't know
Hmm.
which it is.
Perhaps you might have heard of the Witch of the Waves. That several of you have heard of. Delshar
Waves.
is her given name, but many up and down the Sword Coast call her the Witch of the Waves. She is an abjurer, and she is not far from Orlumber, on the western side of the island, in a place called Stormhaven House. She's a very dangerous woman. But in her time, she has helped people.
What's the island? Orlander.
Yeah, it's Orlumber. It's right here, south of Waterdeep. It's an
Oh, okay.
island.
Little bitty thing there. Yeah, okay.
It's an island.
All right, so we've got something to do in Nalanther, something to do in Mintarn. What's the significance of this person you're looking for there, Scuzzer?
I'm going to go ahead and tell him what the note said in Callus's little chest there. It was a note that said, Dalshra Windhair can enchant ships to sail beneath the waves. Bring her pearls. Looks like he was trying to turn his ship into a submarine.
It's rumored that the elves from Evermeet can do that, but of course you can't get to Evermeet.
Do we have any pearls, guys?
Pearls before swine.
Let's make our ship go underwater.
Right? That's why I was asking about her. I don't think I have any pearls. Who knows how many she needs?
I
Can
think we've.
Nystagmus make pearls like in his neck pouch or something?
I find that offensive.
Racist. I don't know. Do we have any pearls in the character or the group inventory?
We've probably sold tons of them.
Probably.
I think it's something that we would have to like deliberately go after.
Well, I mean, there's oysters around. There's got to be pearls. Let's just find a merchant and buy some pearls.
Here,
Or at
I'm
least
finishing up a quest for that, so you guys can have that too. I made a note on there. You guys shouldn't be able to see the note. I didn't share the note with you, so let me know if it shares with you, and then I'll turn it off or whatever. But
On the
here
map?
is that quest. No, Orlumber Beneath the Waves quest. Look okay? The
Yeah,
note
the
doesn't
DM
open,
note when
right?
you click on it. No.
No.
Good, good, because that's what it is. So that works out well. I like that. I like that. All right, so that's what she tells you about her. What else do you guys want to do? You want to see about pearls? Is that what I heard you guys talking about?
Does she know anything about Duchess Morwin or Aisha?
Why? I thought I made these notes completed. Oops. Organizing these a little for you. I like you guys to be able to go back and look at stuff. So what was the question? I'm sorry.
Does she know anything about Aisha, Golder Arms, or Duchess Morwin? We can show her the note. Does she know anything about it?
Highly unlikely. Let me see. She says, what's that quest? Hold on, let me get my information up.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything about going. I thought we had something that wanted us to go all the way down to the Nalanther Isles.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
She says she did roll pretty good on her check here, so she knows. She knows. She's heard of the Goldar Arms. It's a private army somewhere near Daggerford. And I didn't make a quest for that, did I? Let's do that. I like the quests.
Daggerford's inland.
You sail up the main road.
Oh wait, I
Along
did
the
make a note.
tradeway.
I just marked it as complete, which it's not.
Put some wheels on the side.
The thing in the Nalanther Isles was about that guy Ramazith, the guy who was kidnapped because he knows about the sea. So he is apparently there.
That's where they took him.
Yeah. Where he is being presented, apparently.
All right, so updated that note, reflecting that Lingen said the Golden Arms is a private army near Daggerford. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to what. Was that a question for me, Nostagamus, or?
No, somebody had asked about Nalanther. I was filling them in on what I remembered from my notes.
So what are you guys doing? Sorry, I got this DM distracted. What are you trying to find out? Who you asking? Where you going? Oh, you were looking for where the Nathanter Islands were? It's way
No, we were
down the
trying to.
No,
bottom of the
there's
map.
yeah, there was something we were supposed to do there, but I don't find anything on it.
When the Nystagmus was saying that that's where they took the guy from Candle Keep, and we're supposed to present to somebody down there.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
the guy. No, he wasn't from Candlekeep. He was in Baldur's Gate. His name is.
That was Ramazeth.
Yeah, Ramathes is from Baldur's Gate, and you guys questioned somebody. I forget who it was, and they told you that he was being presented to Sea King Tendrix. And somewhere near the Lathander Islands, which is a huge area down there. So, I mean, you guys could sail around there for months, you know, all those little islands and stuff. But that is a kind of a direction, anyways.
Well, if we head south from Neverwinter, we have both Mintarn and Orlumber, not too far. We have to get south of Waterdeep, which we both have quests for, right?
Daggerford's just south of Waterdeep too.
Weren't we looking for those other mages as well? From the Arcane Brotherhood? The Raven was just the first?
As far as you guys know, the Raven was the only one you needed to find. The one that was working with the Kraken Society. Was working for the Kraken Society. Now she's trying to get somewhere in the Outer Plains, I think.
She's in the River Styx.
You guys are going to run into her on Saturday.
I'm not asking any questions of what they did with her. Not my business.
They wouldn't answer you. We took care of that problem. So you have Mintarn. You have, which is Leschin's quest. All right, I gave that to you. I shared that with you. Make sure we're
That's
doing
by
this.
Olumbar.
Yep.
Oh, I have it marked as completed. It's not completed. I don't know what I was doing. I was check happy.
I kind of like the Mintarn quest because all she asked us to do is get information and bring it back to her. So at the very least, I mean, if there's a problem, we can always leave and just take the information back to her.
Right.
And Mintarn's south, so
Got to start somewhere.
you could start there, but you know, you're in a good town, lots of ships come and go, so information here, and there's a huge library. You're not going to find a better library. Easy lift. And Ember spent just about every night there, so getting information from the library is probably easy enough here. Getting it, asking ships for directions on the way to Mintarn, where to get pearls and where the Witch of the Seas lives and stuff like that might be a little harder. So if you're looking for information, now's a good time to get it. But you guys are out and about, and in the Leviathan, after your meeting with Lin Jez ends, you guys kind of hang around, have some drinks downstairs and stuff. The party was like upstairs in one of the private little rooms. When you come back down, there are whispers and rumors, especially Ember picks up on this, that there is a rumor of a mind flayer at the Broken Goblet in Roaring Shore.
Is that a hotel or, I mean, an inn or
I
a bar or what?
think let's see what the Roaring Shore.
That's down by Mintarn. That's a city, Roaring Shore.
Scuzzer is aware of the Roaring Shore because it's a notorious pirate hold.
It's a port straight
It's a
across
very
from
dangerous
Minton.
place to be for normal folk. And it's a place filled with thieves, runaways, and ruthless pirates. Many
It's a good thing we're not normal folk. Then.
whom cruise ships loyal to Sea King Tendrix.
Who
They
took
got
the
bad
wizard from-
reputations.
Yeah.
Bad reputations like Scuzzer.
So, a very bad place. Very, very, very bad place. Very bad.
We probably wouldn't stick out at all, guys.
Probably not. Not so much.
Just wear a hat.
And cover up this? No.
And there's another quest for you. So, Ember, give me a history intelligence check, please, sir. Let's see how well some information you can find. All right, well, you rolled a 10. You found the section on where you might find a book on pearls, but you didn't find a book on pearls.
Found a book on a lady named Pearl.
Yeah, she's a whale, and she's got a friend named Bob, you know. Her dad's name's Mr. Krabs. You don't know what's
Eugene.
going on. Eugene, yeah. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Do I have a Mr. Krabs image? Just thinking back, was that this table?
That means that Plankton's involved.
No.
The
I
evil
thought we had an
Plankton.
image of the ghost.
So does somebody want to like help Ember? Like maybe accidentally find a book? Who would be in the
Scuzzer's
library?
opposed to reading.
I think the only person that might actually go in the library would be this Nystagmus, maybe.
Maybe,
Maybe.
with his -2 intelligence modifier. I don't know.
That's why I said accidentally find a book.
I could be
Well-
there assisting him flying up to the high shelves that he can't reach.
Here, I'll take a look. at it.
Squall's like, hey, look, I found a book on a girl named
Coloring.
Pearl. A girl named Pearl. It's over
a
here on this
coloring book.
table where you were sitting.
It's the coloring
'Cause-
book.
Because you rolled a 10 as well.
Would I be able to talk to the librarian or the head priest of Ogma?
So you want to use like persuasion to try to get the information out of somebody?
No, the Dewey Decimal System.
Ah, you see how skills can come into play if your intelligence doesn't work. Maybe you can use persuasion to get somebody else to do the work for you.
Wait, how do you play D&D? I'm
Yeah.
confused.
I'm not good at that either.
This is a temple of Ogma, so
It
I'll
is.
give that a try.
It
Could you
is.
help us? Could you help us? We're looking for a book on pearls and the pearl market, and could you help us?
Well, yes, I certainly can, gentlemen. Please, there's a whole section over here. That's where you were looking. And she pulls out a section, a book called Narino. And in this book, it says that Narino used to be an underwater merfolk city south of Mintarn. And they were a society of wealthy merchants that traded pearls and coral in Mintarn. They haven't been heard from for a long time, but they had a vast amount of pearls.
So all these places are right down there by Mintarn.
So I say we hit Mintarn first. Hit Narino, grab some pearls, hit Orlumber.
Sounds good to me.
When's this swanky party and how long is this journey?
Swanky party is over with, so you guys did the party. That was part of the 30 days and 30 nights. But is there some information that you guys were trying to gather at the party? We didn't actually dive into that part of it.
Well, I was going, Lisette was
Carousing.
going to lure that guy and bring him back to the cellar and offer him up to Krell. That was the plan.
Well, you discovered that that guy wasn't alone, and he has several very big bodyguards.
That's why Lisette was going to do it.
That's why who was going to do it?
Lisette. Seduce him.
Yeah, well, the guy is pretty paranoid. So you didn't succeed in capturing the guy and bringing him back to the cellar. But you know who he is, and you know where to find him.
We'll get him.
In
Which
other
is
words,
something that needs to be taken care
if
of
it's
now.
something that you guys need to do, you got to do it as a party, not an individual. So did we get all that? I know who he is, and I have it down. I think I wrote it down.
Yes, family's from Waterdeep.
Oh, I know what I did with it. I have it right here. Not on the table. Opening up Word. Well, I thought it did. I broke it. Maybe I put it on the table. You know, after a while, your brain blurs together. Let me look on the table here. Story. One more spot, and then I'm giving up. Hey, I did do some work. I made an NPC sheet. So, this is the individual that gave the orders to sink the Red Fist and any vessels belonging to Baldur's Gate Flaming Fist Mercenary Company.
Well,
So,
I have to think of Blue
he is
Fist.
in Neverwinter, and he is very well guarded. But he
Wow.
is from Waterdeep, and here's his family crest that dates back almost 300 years. Their family has been a noble in Waterdeep, so they have deep, deep ties. But there's their family crest.
Tommy Chong.
They're very long involved into trade, money changing, barter, and own a lot of land. And it's rumored that they got their start in Baldur's Gate, or I'm sorry, in Waterdeep, as slave owners and traders.
So what Scuzzer found out was that they're trying to get back into the trading shipping lines. So they were having some of the Flaming Fist ships sunk so they can take their lines. And he was the one signing the orders for Callus to sink the ships. So the plan was to have Lisette seduce him and bring him back to the cellar in the Moonstone Mask, and then offer him up to Krell to do what he wants.
But for some
But that
reason,
plan will have
he
to wait.
didn't seem to be interested.
He might be gay.
He might be. Did you see that image? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. That could be somebody's dad. I don't know. So I'm going to make a quick note. Nolmar Antos. T. And I'm going to put that image. I wish you guys could actually make notes on the quest, you know, your own personal little blob on there. But I suppose you could make a note and I could tag it on there maybe, right? I don't know. But I am going to put that on here. Make that a DM note. And you guys can discuss that as well, because I've made it a quest now for you. Right? Well, it says... Oh, there it is. All right, so you guys have a pretty good plethora of things to figure out what you want to do. And it is 9:30, so let's take a break. Get a drink, go pee.
Cool. Yes.
When we come back, you guys can give the DM some direction on where you want to go first, and then we can dive into some of these quests.
Cool.
So, hey, stream, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back. A little role-playing this early, but I think we might actually get into some action here if we get a quest and get some stuff going. But lots of story upkeep and getting into the main plot of things coming up, maybe later this evening or next session. But we'll be back in 10 minutes. So if you go away, please come back in about 10 minutes. Appreciate it. And let me put a timer up. Where is that button? There it is. We'll be back at 21:41. So a little over 9 minutes. We'll be back.
White
Oh yeah, I was gonna reply to that. I mean, I can use them, but like you, unlike you, I can't like put them in a spell book or learn them or anything. So, um, I mean, if you're not going to use them, I'll take them. But otherwise, it's not a big deal.
Okie doke.
Thanks though.
All right, we're back.
I don't know. I had this one as True Strike, man. You never know.
Oh, it's my favorite spell.
And welcome back, guys. I was monkeying
Hey.
around the whole time and I didn't go pee. What the hell? Don't you love that?
As
You
the
just give
DM,
that bladder a few more years.
Hope your old man bladder doesn't flare up.
Oh, this old man bladder's gonna go get emptied as you guys talk. I'm putting you in charge. There you go. Talk away.
Real DMs
Well,
use
talk-
depends anyway.
I have a Gatorade bottle right here. Just hold on a second.
Talking about old man bladders. I sent my wife a text of a picture. I got a AARP membership invitation in the mail the other day. I said, "Fuck! I don't even turn 50 until the 19th."
I turned 50 in
50%
February.
pennies.
I turned 50 in Jamaica in February. So just so you know.
I'll be in the Outer Banks, which is what I meant to tell you. Next week I'll be in the Outer Banks. I'm taking my laptop, but I don't know what kind of connection I'll have. I'll try to be here if I can, though.
so I don't know which of you guys were at that fancy party that took place, but Nystagmus was there, of course. And so you would have seen Nystagmus talking to another Triton at the party.
There's two of you.
We're multiplying.
Well, maybe you should find a room to do that.
Did you have little pearls on your fin?
Oh yeah, he
Yes.
was all gussied up,
Little rivets
tarted up a
hanging
bit.
down.
Yeah, that was the plan, was to lure that guy into the cellar, and then have Krell come over and pay him a visit. But I guess he didn't like Lisette.
My joke about Nystagmus making the pearls was from the Futurama, where the Zoidberg, when they go on the hippie tour, and they pay for it by him hawking up pearls.
I forgot about that.
They're pretty funny. I don't care who you are. So, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys want to do? You got a bunch of quests, huh?
A lot of them are down south, so we might as well start heading that way.
We've got a longboat and 40
Pearls.
berserkers that are probably tearing Neverwinter apart.
Can we send them to where the merchants are and have them come back with information?
You could. You could send them. And then take the 1,000 golden gems. Say we did it. They're like, we found out they got really good grog.
She didn't say what information.
This is true. She wants to know why her mercenaries aren't coming and are late and all that jazz.
So if we send ours, they might not come back.
I don't
They'll
know.
get
40 berserkers
conscripted.
are tough.
Now, I think we said the voyage can travel 2 squares per day, and the longboat can travel a half a square or half a grid.
Can we tow it?
You can. I would break it in half and give you guys 1 square a day.
With that difference, I mean, it's probably faster for us just to do everything.
Probably.
What if we just sell the longboat and put the berserkers on our ship and train them?
For
be
combat
crew members.
purposes.
Hopefully they won't die as fast as the other ones will. We just won't tell them.
So
Yeah.
so
Hopefully they
they're
won't
like,
die to one lightning strike.
so like, you want me to row? What row? No, shoot cannon. Oh, okay. Row cannon?
Just hold the axe.
Oh, me can do
And hit
that.
something that just hit something.
You
that
feed
comes
me
off
and
the
give me water and place to sleep? I'm not sure how Captain Graysail would take to 40 berserkers on her ship. Oh,
I
your
think we
ship.
just send them back to Gunderlin and tell them to take care of Gunderlin. I
Yeah.
don't see them providing any real benefit.
Mm-mm. Other than to maybe protect the cities here if they're ever, attacked by the Kraken Society or whatever.
Yeah,
We
they
should
can.
at least get like
They
5
can
or 10
protect your
patrol-
dock, your slip. You protect our slip. This is the Voyage slip. This is where we want. Just park your boat here, reserve it, and protect it. And then when we come back, you can move your shit out, and we'll put Voyage here.
Yeah, it's right up near the front. We don't want to lose that.
You have to provide your own food
Next
and
to the
water.
handicap parking.
We at least bring some of them, like 5 or 10. Put them on the ship.
The only way we're going to get better parking is if we break Krell's legs. So
As long as you don't break the wings.
All right, so you guys are looking
Yeah,
at.
he don't need to walk.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares to get to Waterdeep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more to get to Olumbar if you're going that way. If you're going to Mintarn, yeah, so you guys got, a couple weeks to get down there anyways. Down that way.
We want
So,
Mintarn first.
you want to go to Mintarn first?
sure.
Let's haul a load of cargo. Let's buy something that we can sell down there.
Do you guys want to
Berserkers.
just sail
Berserkers.
open sea the whole way down there, or do you guys want to like stop off and, port towns?
Did we need
Waterdeep.
to stop
went
at
to
Waterdeep
check
for
out
anything?
Daggerford. There was something in Daggerford, wasn't there?
That's where the private army is rumored to be from, Daggerford.
Aisha and the Goldor Arms. But that's a little inland from Waterdeep.
Yeah, that
Looks
would.
like there's a river that goes up there.
Let's see if
I don't know
Yeah.
how deep it is.
it's a
Is the river
floodplain of the
traversable?
Dilmbai River. Sounds like a swamp river to me. But the Nile is a floodplain too. So let's see. The Dellenbai River is a river that runs through the Savage Frontier, starting deep in the Nether Mountains, flowing south through the Vale. It was joined near Loudwater by a combined flow of river. It continued west between the southern ends of the High Forest and the northern edge of High Moon and met the Unicorn Run near Sycamore. Eventually, the river dissolved into morass of waterways, forming a vast swamp known as Lizard Marsh. So, I would say no. It's swamp. So you could probably take a smaller vessel or one of your jolly boats.
Like
up
a
into-
longboat.
Some berserkers.
Maybe a longboat might work. And then if you didn't, you could like pick up the longboat and carry it a little ways and put it back in the water. What's a
They're
zorp
the-
fish?
Do we want to
Zorp
stop
or
there or just
trout-like
go south?
fish. Yeah. They're like knucklehead trouts. Zorp. They're in the river, so you can go zorp fishing. Get some knucklehead trouts. Maybe if you catch a bunch of those, you could fill your hole and then sell the skulls so people can make scrimshaw. Sounds like a 30-day, 30-night adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So Daggerford would require 2 weeks to get to Waterdeep, and then probably a land travel down the tradeway.
What if we have them travel down and then park themselves out there? We'll go to Mintarn, do our thing, and then meet back up with them. Because we'll go 4 times faster than they.
Or they could get to Waterdeep.
We could wait for us in Waterdeep, and we'll return.
So Waterdeep, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 days down to the river. Oh, we said they can move a half a day, so it's 8 days to the river. Or you could tell them to go to Waterdeep, for 5 days, and then, just set a date. We want you in the mouth of the whatever the name of the river is on X day, and then and stay there until we get there. If it's a week
Lizard
later or
Marsh.
whatever. So I mean, you guys
Yeah.
can do some math and that kind of stuff. So 2 weeks. By the time it would take you guys another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So just call it another two 10 days to get to Mintarn from Waterdeep, roughly, depending on weather and stuff. So 20 days to get to Mintarn. And they're going to be, 18? So it'd take you guys 9 days to get there to Waterdeep. No, I said 20 and 10 more days. So it'd take you guys roughly 20 days to get to Mintarn. And it's going to take them 40 days to get to Waterdeep. Because it's 20 squares quartered. Ooh, no, it would take them longer than that.
I mean,
They're
Why is it
slow.
quarter? I thought it was half.
Why
It's a
don't we
half
just
a
send
square-
them
you got-
back? We'll
It's a half a
stop in
square
Waterdeep
they
and we'll
can
go
travel,
down
and
the
you guys can travel 2 squares a day. So they're traveling a quarter your speed.
yeah, I'm fine sending them back. I don't know that we really need them.
Yeah.
They
They
sound
can-
like
I
more
thi- I think
trouble
it'd
than
be-
they're worth.
I think it'd be faster if we parked in Waterdeep and got some horses and went down the road.
Can we keep at least 2 of them on the ship?
You keep them all on the
Horses?
ship for all I care.
Oh, the barbarians for protection. Our crew keeps dying. It'd be nice to have 2 or 3 or 5
Well,
barbarians on a ship.
let's check out a berserker. Let's see. Berserk. B-E-S. How do you spell berserker?
BER?
Burr. Berserkers from Call from the Deep. Wow. Versus crew, right?
Yeah.
All right, so your crew has a chain shirt and a shield, so their armor class is a 16. They have 11 hit points on average. The Berserkers have an armor class of 13 because they're just wearing hide armor. But they have 67 hit points. They are CR2, where your crew
So
is
like
a
6 to
CR8.
1.
And let's see, they do +5 to hit, and so they're a little bit better at hitting. They have a great axe, is all they got.
No ranged.
No
Yeah, we'll
ranged.
keep a couple of the regular crew around to shoot the cannons and stuff.
Well, the regular
And,
crew
I
is
think
going to
you and
stay
I
on
got-
board because you need the regular crew to crew the boat, to do the sails and stuff.
Right.
The berserkers
give 'em
would just be like your
crossbows.
marines or whatever.
You can
You
buy
know,
crossbows. Anybody
And
can
you
shoot a crossbow.
and you guys just lost, I don't know, 5 or 6
Half.
crew members, so you could probably easily fit, 6 berserkers on, but they're not good sailors. Well, I think you're probably all right. So you guys want to add like 6 berserkers to your crew?
Yeah, that seems like a good number.
That'll work.
So now now the longboat's going to pull to the left a little.
Even numbers, 3 on each side.
No, they
They'll
don't
go in
work that
circles.
way. They work in buddy pairs. So you took 6 off the right, so it's going to pull to the I don't know. All right, so I'll add those guys to your crew manifest. I'm just going to throw one on there, but we need to I need to coat them with a bow or something. Bow.
Yeah, we'll find crossbows for them.
All right, so I'll work
We
on
have 2
that.
crossbow
There.
experts who can teach them.
You point the pointy end at the enemy.
And pull the trigger. All right, so you guys hire on some berserkers. Not party sheet. Where's my voyage button? All right, so
Plus
you
they-
guys
they
are going to
should be
make
happy.
your...
Because they don't have to row all day.
Well, there are oars actually, technically, on the voyage. It's just a little less maneuverable rowing. It's more like trying to get into dock and, that kind of rowing. You're not out at open sea unless the mast is broke and you're trying to get to shore. And
Add a little bit of extra speed.
So, let me see here. I need to do this real quick. I lost this button. There we go.
Okay, it looks like we're doing okay on 8-pounders and smoke powder.
So what did they do to the ship during these 30 days besides just fix it?
That's it. Just fixed it.
What happened to our magic shield and stuff?
No one provided the valuable objects called gold to buy the stuff and put it on. Captain Graycell says, I'm just a meager captain. I don't have all the expendable gold you adventurers do. You adventurers do? She's got a high-pitched voice. All right, so you guys are gonna make your way down to Mintarn, and I'm Control A. Thank you very much, Matakuri. Control V. Control A, C, Control. I've learned all that now. It's so much nice. It's so nice. And boop. All right, so they got light crossbows, and there's 6 of them. And the challenge rating of the voyage crew has now gone up from a CR6 to a CR9. Nice.
Nice.
So if you kill them, you get 4,150 XP. Just saying. Just saying.
We get close. All we need is 4,100.
All right, so let's see. Let's roll for some random encounters, right? Let's check the weather conditions for the first couple of days. Let's see. Let's see. So the temperature is normal for the season, and the wind is is no wind. Very no wind. So
Uh-oh.
you're and the precipitation is no rain. So ships can't move under sail and must be rowed. So so the first 2 squares is pretty slow going because
It's a good
how
thing we
many
got some strong berserkers to row for us.
how many gusts of wind can you cast?
Plus the Sagmasnag I can cast.
Is that a
shape
cantrip?
water.
I can cast Gust of Wind once a day.
So once a day, you get
Who was
get
it
it
that could
going.
make
Well,
the
that's,
wind blow?
That's
Ne-
me. Gust of Wind. It is a 2nd level domain spell. So yeah, I could make it blow for a minute at a time till I burn all my spell slots up.
I can control the wind if it's already blowing, so I can like change the direction of natural wind, but I can't make it blow.
Of course, I could just create this storm above us and have it push us.
Yeah, storm sphere right behind us.
Oh well,
A couple of the crew members can break wind.
We could all get out and push.
how many days did we say it is? So you guys get on the voyage. So you travel 2. Let me do it this way. 1, 2. So you're traveling something like probably like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 squares. So 16 days. So subtract 16 days worth of rations for your crew and 16 days worth of water. So let's calculate that and rethink.
We don't even have that.
Right.
We've
Are
got,
we able to fish or do anything to replenish the food?
You can?
we got 10 days of rations and the same in water.
So you may want to, knowing that before you leave Neverwinter, you may want to purchase more food.
Stock up
Seems
Yeah.
like a good idea. I'd rather not starve.
a
Right?
month's
Well,
worth or something.
naturally.
Well,
Preparation.
you can just
okay,
jump
so
over the side and grab some fish.
Yeah, but can he feed 20 crew?
Yeah, how
especially
much?
6
how much of
berserkers.
the
But he won't starve.
Right, he won't starve.
how
Yeah,
much
I'll
the
be
crew
fine.
rations per day?
What's that?
How much are the crew rations per day? Rations per day, the cost of them. Let's see, there's 733 gold pieces on the ship, so
What
Krell's
did we?
broke.
Oh, so well, rations per day are
see. Now wait a second. This says we've got 34 rations one day for 25 people.
Yeah, that might not be accurate.
I just need to know how much to pay for the rations.
So it's 5 silver. See, it's 25. It's 5 silver per ration if you want to do it that way.
Okay, so times
So
25 is
it's 50
125.
gold. It's 50 gold. No, it's 50 gold for 25 rations. That sounds too
It's
high.
12. It's 12 gold pieces a day. If it's 25 rations at 5 silver pieces a ration, right?
No, it's showing it at 50 gold, right? Oh, that's 50 pounds.
So that's 12
yeah,
gold,
so
5 silver per day.
yeah, it's 5 silver. Yeah, it's marked on there. 5 silver per ration.
And can't Skelzer, as a ranger, provide like 5 rations a day, or enough to feed 10 people or something like that? 5 people a day, something like that.
If he's in
Yeah,
his
it's
favorite
coast natural explorer for coast and mountain.
So like
Ocean,
cast
coast.
netting and beach fishing and beach hunting and stuff like that. But open sea, I don't know if that's actually a terrain or not. But
He's trawling a net behind us the whole way.
Says when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would.
Okay, so we've got 30. I just bought 30 rations.
man,
We got
let's see.
15 water barrels, so we'll fill them up with
Wait.
fresh water before we leave.
It's
And
one
if-
ration per person per day.
No, these are crew rations. They're it says rations 1 day, 25 people. So there's 30 of them. So there's 30 days worth of that, and that took about half of our gold. That took 358 gold pieces. Or that's what it left us with, 358.
Oh, that doesn't sound right. You bought.
We had 733.
Oh, you bought 30 times 25, right? 750.
It's 12.
Yeah, divided by
12.5 gold per
2,
day.
375 gold. Yeah, okay, that's what you bought. Yeah, I got you. And it's not just like dry rations. You're buying provisions. You're buying beans, and there's a cook and there's a galley on the ship, or a little galley that you guys set up, and they cook, and you can add fish, but there's some fresh produce that gets eaten first. It's
Limes.
the whole. Yeah, there's limes for the limeys. So let's see. Call from the deep. Random encounters. Appendix A. Let's see. Random encounters aren't tailored to characters of a particular level. Ooh, so.
Like a school of tuna.
So
That way we'll be set.
See random encounters, and how often do they show up? Let's see. D20 twice per day of game, checking for encounters each morning or afternoon and evening or night. An encounter roll of 14 or higher. Wow. That's pretty good. So what are you guys doing at night? Are you guys sailing at night too? I think that's what we said. That's how you can do 2 squares a day. You just continue sailing. All right, so for the first day of sailing, let's.
So Ember had dark vision, so he'll take like the afternoon through like midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning shift, and just sort of be on the deck throughout the early evening and into the early morning.
How about everybody
then
else?
sleep.
What are you guys thinking? When do you guys want to have your regular shift? You know what I mean? Because you're going to be on here for 16 days. I mean, to some extent, you guys could just be passengers, but you're still going to have When do you want to be? You want to be up at night? You want to be up during the day? Obviously, uh, Nystagmus is going to be up at night, or in the
If I
hold.
can.
So him
Krell
and
has
Yeah.
very good eyesight for the day. So I would imagine him flying around spotting, throughout the day.
yeah. So Ember and Nystagmus will be at night. Krell and who else wants to be during the day? Scuzzer.
Scuzzo do day. He doesn't have any night
And
vision.
so that leaves Squall, who does have pretty good dark vision too.
Early morning hours, 2 hours before sunrise, I would be up.
So you want to be the overlap
saying
guy?
prayers and yeah, 2 hours before sunrise. And
Yeah,
then,
so you're kind of the
early.
overlap guy. Okay,
Well, and
that's
I'm
cool.
probably finding lately that I'm having a hard time sleeping because I can't shut out. Maybe if I throw a blanket over this freaking staff every now and then with the eyes all over it, but it's just always there. But it does say on here that when you're wielding it, so I could throw the
Yeah.
staff down, I guess, and so it wouldn't bother me. But
Put it in a bag of holding or something. All right,
yeah,
so
I need a bag of holding.
let's see. How does the DM roll stuff on the table not hidden if he's got it turned on? Do I have to use the? How do I?
On
Can
the
I do
on the
that?
table, there's a little eyeball on the table, or how you want it to roll. You know what I mean? You can either have it roll to chat or. So if you got the table open, there's a setting on it.
I got the table. Oh, I got you. Yeah, but it's chat, but I have my rolls hidden. Story, parcel, or chat.
You still want it to go to chat.
No, but
You
if I
just
wanted to roll 2d20 and show it to the players, I can't, right? I just have to roll it and then drop it back into the chat window, right? I can't turn those on. I mean, obviously, I can change the option menu, but all right.
We're
So
good with it, man.
the first two, and you have an encounter. The first day, as you guys are rowing, you have an encounter in the afternoon of. Huh. Well, this is not going to take very long. So crawling up onto the voyage, and let's see how well he can climb. Attempting to climb up on the voyage. You guys hear some splashing, those that are awake in the afternoon, coming from the starboard side of the ship, and some kind of cursing going on as a. And this is an error on the DM's part because I changed the character in the story instead of making a copy of it. So let me oops, let me fix that real quick. So you guys are who's on deck? Who's on deck?
It's daytime.
Krell's flying around
I would
on
be.
watch.
Yeah, so I'm not so sure he would see this thing on the starboard side kind of climbing out of the water, but we'll give him a perception check. Go ahead and yeah,
That's
I
right up
changed
my
the,
alley.
need to fix this real quick. All right. And let me get the voyage boat up. Close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, put that over there. I got a bunch of shit open. Save that. And voyage map. Hey, there she is. We haven't used her in a while, have we? Alright, so...
Did you remove the grid?
Yeah,
I don't see a
probably.
grid on it.
I'm adding it back.
I don't think have we used this map since since you redid the table to get rid of the phantom memory leak.
I don't recall. Oh, that grid's way too small. Probably closer to like 60 or something, make gooder sense. Alright, so let me go like that and put you guys on. So we got Ember and... So I'm going to put you in the middle, which represents you guys below deck. Scuzzer, you want to be there. Squall, it's afternoon. Were you up or?
Oh yeah, yeah. I get up about 2 hours before sunrise, and then go to bed about sunset.
So let's do that first, because we have.
Oh, that token.
An encounter, but first I need that. Krell. All right, so before
Can't hide
this
from
thing,
Eagle Eye.
before this thing gets out of the water, Krell sees it. And let me put it in there, and
I do have a plus 11 to perception.
it on the map, and
So what's your passive perception?
21.
so a shark guy is trying to climb up on the side of the boat. So Ember, you're sleeping currently, and no one's really sounding an alarm yet, so you're just kind of hanging out. Krell, you get to go first, and you do spot him.
All right. So Krell is going to fly there, and then as a bonus action, using his newly acquired rogue abilities, cunning action, he is going to fly to there and down a little bit, so he's within crossbow range.
All right. Well, he needs to be under those sails, and I would say in the rigging, so he does a nice clear shot. Or he could be.
I don't have space further north of the ship. I would be a little further out from the ship, but.
Oh, okay. I got it. Well, we'll just put you on the edge of the map then. There.
Yeah.
Representing you're a little
somewhere
further
on that
out.
edge.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. And yeah, you got plenty of range, and he's got his head coming up, so he's got a little cover, but I don't think that matters to you.
Nope.
He's trying to get up. As you stick this shark guy, he's like, "Brrr," he's all like, "Brrr." He's a were shark, you know. He looks like that's what I screwed up. Remember One-Eyed Bill and
The bartender.
the bartender? I made One-Eyed Bill into the main. I had to fix it. I forgot to make a copy. So everybody who was a were shark is called One-Eyed Bill. And Krell's just hammering this guy. He's not going to survive very long. It's a random
And then
encounter.
I'll action surge.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, and a crit.
Oh,
Just a standard crit. Just
Yeah.
so we can show, I made a fumble table. So your crit would have been double damage had you rolled on my table. So I'm gonna just
and
throw that out once in a while.
I missed on that last one, but I'm going to use a combat superiority die. Does a 16 hit it?
Yeah, I think his armor class is a 14. Yep, that definitely hits.
All right, so my final hit. And
So-
I'll be done.
So you did only 86 points of damage.
He's a tough fucker.
You didn't even kill him. I don't know why we even
Right.
keep you around.
I know, I'm useless.
Ah. All right, let's see. I'm gonna see how many crew members are on deck. There are 8 crew members on deck. Well, first this guy's got to survive to get on deck. Scuzzer, what was your perception? Let's see. Yours was a 19. So you can hear that commotion. You can see Krell firing at somebody. So you know what's going. You know something's going on. There's combat, but you can't visualize him because he's down in the water.
All
So
right,
what
so
is-
he's down on the side of the boat there. So
Yeah, he's his like torso is sticking up out of the water. He's trying to climb up on the side of the ship, and now he's kind of pinned to the ship a little by what, 6 crossbow bolts? I don't know, 4. How many?
4 this
So-
time.
4 of them. Thunk,
If-
thunk, 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 and he's bleeding in the water, and you can see some of his non-were shark buddies kind of getting into a little frenzy below him. The smaller sharks that kind of.
So
So
if
you
Scuzzer
move over
moves
to-
to the side of the boat there, can he see him?
Well, if you stick your head out and you kind of look down, you can see him down in the. You can see the blood for sure when you look down, but you can make him out. He's got some cover, but I don't think that
I'll lean
matters
over and
to
take a
Scuzzer
shot at him.
either, right? Scuzzer's got
No, he's
sharpshooter
gonna
too.
bonus
so-
action. Yep, bonus action. The hunter's mark on him.
Poor guy. He didn't know what was going on. He's not even gonna
And I
get on the
think
boat.
He already got sharpshooter applied.
I love the new
And
automatic.
that's a hit. And he was wounded, so I'll apply Colossus Slayer.
Joey.
Oh,
what's up?
that's automatic now, isn't it? I don't have
It's-
to
yeah,
apply that anymore.
you don't have to apply it anymore.
All right, then I'll just
Colossus
roll the
Slayer.
damage on him.
Yep, it should automatically do it once per turn. Or 37 points of
And I'll take
damage.
the second shot at him since he hasn't died.
Drake,
Yeah, he
we
did.
No,
can't.
he died by 29. See it up there?
Damage exceeds hit points by 29.
Oh, did he die?
He's
Oh,
dead.
sorry. He's dead.
Oh,
Sorry,
I didn't
yeah.
hear him scream.
I was. Yeah, we need to do an unconscious sound, I think. I think we need to figure out one. Even the whelp scream.
Or a damage exceeds by. That would be a good one to indicate it was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Damage
used to
exceeds
hearing
by,
the
yeah.
Wilhelm scream.
All right, so that was your day 1 random encounter. Let's see if there's another one for the evening. And there's 2. Holy crap. You guys are going to have a lot of random encounters with a 14 or more. So let's see what these first random encounter is
Level up.
So this is
this
the
ought to
next
be a
day.
little more challenging. No, this is that evening.
So we've had
What
time for
time
a
is it?
short rest.
Yeah, so you guys, let me push you a short rest.
Yeah, what time?
I don't
of
get
the
the spell
evening?
slot back until the long rest.
I get my combat superiority dice back.
Give me 1 second. Where's my short
An
rest?
action
So
surge.
let me do
If you're
some. I
asleep
wish
in the
there was
crow's nest,
a menu short rest. All right. So if you need to burn hit dice, go ahead. You know.
I'm just gonna do it for the fun of it.
As during the evening, so let's move your guys where your guys are at, and let me put some crew on here. Crew, voyage crew. Where the hell is your crew at? I know I did. There it is. And let me. And there we go. Wait, don't do your guys' self because I want to try something here. So I am going to make a story entry. Story entry. A new story entry. I'm going to call it Co-DM. And I am going to take my combat tracker that I made a story entry for and a copy of it, if I can find it. And I'm going to put it in the story entry, and I'm going to share that with Matakiri. So he now has the DM side of the combat tracker, and he can see everything the DM can see now, including the NPCs. And I need to drag everybody back onto the map because I got crew. And I'm going to unlock the map and let you guys move everybody around where you want them.
What time of the evening? Is the sun down yet?
It is, the sun is down. It is, it's still early in the evening. It's about 8 p.m. So the sun is down, but there's still a little bit of light. You know, it's not daylight savings time or anything, so it's pretty dark, I would say.
Yeah, I'd be down in the hold, probably just finishing, or down in the galley, just finishing dinner, probably getting ready for bed. So I'm down below.
I'm gonna get that going while you guys are moving around tokens. Or can you guys move your crew around? Where do you want them? Oh, did I lock the tokens? Let me unlock them.
No, they're not. They're not locked.
I did. I pushed the encounter. I think I locked them. All right. So we've got. We've got the old. Initiative. As Where's this
I've got
guy?
2. I've got a perception check and I've got a roll for initiative.
Oh, did I accidentally push both? Well, the perception check would be nice too. To see if you hear or see. Krell, are you flying around at night too?
No, Krell would be in the Krell's nest at night.
So what do you sleep up there?
Yeah.
Like under the guy who's up there watching? You're like under his feet?
He can sit in the other one.
Get out of my Krell's nest.
I'll be perched on a roost, or perhaps on the other one. They can be
You
in
got a
the
nest
actual.
built.
All right, so let's
Heck
see.
yeah.
How do we do on our perception checks? Squall, you hear some commotion down, like scratching and stuff coming from outside the ship. And did I not put one of these guys on here?
The
This
fuck is
guy.
a troll doing this far out at sea?
They're sea trolls.
Scrags.
Let's see. Krell's. Did you roll on a perception? Or was it only Squall that
It
got
didn't get pushed to
that?
me.
Alright, so go ahead and the rest of you guys roll perceptions. Let's see how you did. For some reason I must have pushed
I think that
one.
was from the last encounter.
Alright, so yeah, Scuzzer, where are you on deck? So you can hear this too. Wings is probably sleeping. Oh, no, he's an owl. He's probably up. He can hear commotion. Where is Wings? On the deck? Yeah. And oh, like that, you remove that sunlight sensitivity. That came out nice.
Yeah.
And you are on the deck. Everybody can hear this clawing, scratching noises coming from different areas on the ship. Sounds like things are trying to get onto the ship. So I've indicated the noises by the tokens of the trolls, but your characters don't know they're trolls yet. And Krell, you're up in the crow's nest. You're kind of like comfy. You're like you're down in your little like all comfy. You got your cloak over
Roosting.
you. Yeah, you're
He's
roosting.
perched on a roost.
And you can hear this noise, and you can hear people. What's that noise? People chatting, and you can hear the guy up in the crow's nest go, "I don't see anything." So you like peek your little head up.
I've got
you're
my
like,
goggles of night on.
Okay, I did make that so you can activate those, didn't I? Nice. See, look at that.
Activated.
He's like, he puts his goggles on, and I'm sure you guys are probably at night kind of running with dim light as much as you can. Since a lot of you had dark vision, you're probably not trying to be a beacon. So you peek up over the crow's nest, and you can't quite see anything. You can hear the closest one is over here. You can hear this small boned creature, whatever that is, scampering, trying to get foothold on the side of the ship.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take off. Oh, you're going to lock tokens now?
Yeah, let me do
Since
that.
we're all in place. Still not locked.
Oh, they didn't lock? Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
So I want to fly out until I can see it. And once I see it, I'm going to start screeching
Peppering
and
it?
shooting at it.
All right. Well, when you get over to the edge, you look down and you can see this scraggly looking creature that's got slimy looking skin. There's some seaweed and stuff hanging off of it. It's got really long claws. It's got gills in its neck. You can see where it can breathe water, and it's real tall and lanky, and it's just clawing into the side of the ship. Definitely think it's going to be able to climb up.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a few shots at it. And that's going to miss. I'm going to use a combat superiority die against it. Does a 13 hit?
I got a script error when I did that again. He didn't fix that, did he? A 9 and a 4 is a 13. It does not hit. But I
Okay,
did that again.
so-
I drug the modifier to the box, and then I redrug the attack
Yeah, 'cause
onto the token, and it gave me
Dragging it
script error.
from the combat, dragging it from the chat doesn't have a source of the attack set, and so I've reported it to him. He knows about it. He just needs to figure out how to fix it, I guess. Second attack, that will hit. Do a little bit of damage. And then I will bonus action take my crossbow shot at him.
14 hits. Oh, why does it say it misses?
No, that misses.
Oh, it's armor class of 15. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I will use a combat superiority dice.
So that
on it
hits.
anyway.
Then we know we know
So
you
that'll
can at
hit.
least do a 1.
And then I will action surge and
So
shoot
this-
him twice more.
Oh, another crit. Oh, with an effect. Critical hit does triple damage instead of the usual double damage.
Okay. So what am I targeting? Small boned. So if I
So roll
do that,
roll double damage. Just roll a standard crit, and then we'll just half it, and I'll add it to it manually.
okay.
Make it easy. So another 11. Done.
All right. And then last shot.
Is a miss.
That's gonna miss. Darn.
Tough
All right.
skin on these things. Tough skin on these things.
I know. I'm glad you left me some.
Right?
So Scuzzer's going to move over to the edge of the ship so he can see what Krell's shooting at.
All right, he can get over there and he can see that there's some kind of sea troll or something.
And he's going to bonus action the Hunter's Mark on the Sea Troll and take a shot at him with the longbow. And that's a miss. So he'll take a second shot. Oh, and he missed him twice. And that'll be the end of Scuzzer's turn.
That's not the one I wanted.
It's Krell's family.
Right? Here we go. Here's a good one. Berserker 2, who is being run by Matakuri. He's got control of the NPC. He can open the NPC sheet, and he also can use the NPC abilities from the combat tracker, the DM's version of the combat tracker.
All right.
But you can't target, can you? Is that what we determined?
Right, but I can drag and drop it.
But you can drag and drop on the tokens, so.
Yeah. So this troll is not up yet.
None of them are. They haven't had a turn yet.
Okay, so this one's going to go over there and ready in action, and then if the thing climbs up the side, he's going to make his attack against it.
All right, so he's gonna ready his axe, I'm assuming,
Yes, his great X.
and let's give him the ready. Is that on the list? No. There is no. Is ready part of the
There,
main?
I added it to him.
Is it part of the main though? It's not, right? It's not a button.
No, there's no button. It's just Rob had a coding for ready.
Oh, it's red IED, ready to action. That's why I can't find it because I type in ready. So I might remake one called ready.
Yeah, I can't pass his turn.
All right, so crew one, who is over here on the port side of the ship.
So can crew one see the thing from here?
No, he knows he's from. Well, he can't be on top of the cannon. He's gonna need to probably move over one more square or something.
Move over one more to there.
Yeah, but he definitely can lean over and see him down there for sure. With his light crossbow, is that what you're thinking? Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he wants to
got
take
he's
a
got
crossbow
just a straight shot on him, easy peasy.
He's gonna miss, and then the rest of his move he'll back up.
Get the hell away from that damn thing.
Yep.
And Comfortable Slacks is going to attempt to climb up. And he
Oh, I didn't see him up there.
does so successfully. So it's 20. His movement is 30. So he could do 60. And so he could get right up on this guy. So he comes climbing up and jumps up on top of this jolly boat. This guy's like, ah, the berserker. Oh, it's a berserker, so he probably doesn't scream out. Why is this token so big? Yeah, so he can. That's all he can do. Berserker 1 is right there. What's he gonna do?
Berserker 1 is going to go reckless and give himself advantage on his attacks. And he is going to attack Comfortable Slacks. Or Uncomfortable Slacks. And he's going to hit for 6 points of damage. And then he's done.
All right, Ember.
All right, so Ember sees this large troll and wanted to go. Hold on just a second. I needed for some reason my saving throw is wrong. So he's casting Banishment on it.
Go!
Casting Banishment. Poor troll. He is from this plane of existence, by the way. He fails.
So he disappears for a minute. and then reappears in the same spot he left. However, the ship is moving, so when he reappears in the same spot, we should be gone by that point.
At least 120 feet away.
So there's the spell if we want to check it out. And it is concentration, so I'll put it on myself.
So the target is native to the plane of existence you're on. You banish the target to a harmless dimite plane. So he's like, like in a bag of holding somewhere. Do do do. Poor troll. Poor troll. Squall.
All right, so first thing Squall's got to do is get outside here. Moving to there to where he can see his companions.
Comes running up the stairs and out the door. What's going on? Now, does he wear armor?
He does wear armor, but he
All
was
right, if you
finishing his meal
Oh, he was, okay. That's
in
cool.
the galley, finishing his meal. Yeah, getting ready to go to bed. So he will cast. Let's see. No, he cannot. He's 50 feet away from Ember. Nystagmus. You know what? He will use his action then to dash out to the middle of the deck. And he will bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon. And I think that is 60 feet away. So he'll put Spiritual Weapon right here in this square. Yeah.
He's gone.
That guy's banished.
Oh, he's banished. He's gone. Okay. Well, then he would put. He knows something's coming up the other side of the. Something's coming up the stern as well, and he would shout that to everybody. And he'll go ahead and cast his spiritual weapon and put it right here then. Cool. And
Yeah, he can see that the Berserker number 2 there is like knows something's coming too. He's got his axe out. He's like,
okay, so it hasn't arrived yet. It hasn't.
Yeah, you can hear it
peeked up
scrampling up the side. Yeah.
Hasn't cleared the gunnels in. Okay,
Correct.
so that's what he's gonna do. That's it.
Nystagmus.
All right. Nystagmus is going to twin haste onto Scuzzer and Krell.
Nice.
I might not get to use mine again.
I know,
And
after Krell gets done. Well, you do roll initiative again, so you could beat him in initiative.
Oh, that's right. It changes.
And then you're gonna move over
and
there.
then I'll just back up.
So faux jockstrap is on the back of the boat.
My Sirenscape crashed.
Yeah, so did mine.
I did too.
Mine too.
And that one wasn't some weird.
Right?
Could it be because I targeted both of you and cast it
It shouldn't.
like twice?
Mine's still working.
Yeah, mine's up.
Well, I just opened it and I heard Krell hooting or somebody hooting.
Yeah, Krell was hooting. I heard it.
Wings. That was
Our-
wings. That was
our
wings.
wings.
Yeah, I had to
was.
reopen mine too.
So let's see if this guy can climb up. I need that button. Oh, and he can. So he gets up and he gets over to poor old Crew 2 who's driving the boat. Sees this troll climb over and goes "Rawr!" in his face. Can't do anything yet. Quora, the first mate, who's on duty at night. What's he doing? Where the hell is he?
He's in the
Oh, there
middle
he's
there.
in the middle.
Quora is the first mate. Well, he's gonna run over there to try and help out his crew. And he'll dash up to there. I'm gonna make it in a square there. He'll dash to there.
And Small Bones Troll. Well, let's see if his fat ass can climb. And it's only a 10 for that, so he succeeds. So he's going to get to, we'll just put him here. And Berserker number 2 is still ready, correct? It's not a new round or nothing, so take it away. Berserker number 2, give us some axe choppy chop.
All right, Berserker 2. Attack him.
Ooh, nice. Great
and
axe.
hit,
Hits.
yeah.
Choppy chop.
Right.
12 points of damage. And that's about it. Alright, does he want to shift or anything?
He can't.
Well, I mean,
Berserker
he
can't.
he can move around as long as he doesn't leave a threatened square.
It's not his turn. That was his
Oh,
reaction.
that's true. That's true, sorry. Wings!
So he's gonna fly over here, and actually you can go one more. And then he's going to help. Squall and Krell really don't. Scuzzer and Krell really don't need help, so he'll help Squall.
So Crew 2.
Crew 2 is going to disengage and run as far as he can.
Take his 11 hit points and get the hell out of there. He doesn't want to be lunched.
Yeah, he's not sticking around with this thing.
So the troll looks at the steering wheel like, fun. You see him look down at it, like, kind of reaches towards the helm. And Krell.
All right.
Well, Scuzzer, I guess you could just pack it up, buddy. He's gonna kill them all right
Well,
I'm gonna have to
yeah,
run
no.
and shoot something else.
So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to target Mr. Smallboned, and I have 10 fire arrows that I purchased previously. So I am going to make an attack with one of those fire arrows, and if I hit, I'm going to do some fire damage to it. That's a miss.
Uh-oh.
So second attack. God, it's a miss as well. Third attack's going to be a fire arrow again. Jeez. Fourth attack. The fire arrow. Okay.
I hit with something.
Finally hit.
He did 1 extra point with the fire, but
Oh,
that
good.
will stop his regeneration.
That's the whole point. And then I will move because I've got haste, and that doubles my move, right?
Yes, it does.
All right, so I will get over to here, and then I will take my last bonus action shot against Mr. Fake Jockstrap.
Jesus.
And that will also hit and do a little bit of damage. And then that'll end my turn.
Berserker number
That should
2.
stop his regeneration as well.
And Fantasy Grounds takes care of that automatically. Hey, all right, Joey. Yeah, look around for a little while. We'll keep you entertained as you're prepping. You don't have to watch. We're just picking our nose and stuff, anyways.
Good
And
people, that Joey.
Matakuri is actually running all my NPCs, the crew, for me right now by using the as Moon Wizard called it, the hack.
The hack.
Because
That he doesn't
apparently
support.
we've hacked Fantasy Grounds to do this.
Yeah, I'm not sure he liked that, but whatever.
Hey,
All right, so
it
Berserker
works.
2.
It's great. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
It certainly seems to be working.
Yeah.
Berserker 2 is going to go reckless and attack Smallbone and hit him. Wait,
Yeah.
isn't Smallbone dead already?
Oh, is
I
he?
thought
Did I
so.
not delete him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one
Sorry.
Crow killed.
So
Yeah,
maybe he wants
alright.
to move.
Yes, he's going to move and take the dash action.
Yeah, he does have 60, so he can get up there
to
somewhere.
there.
Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to yawn in your face.
So that'll be his turn.
And we're going to stop at the end of the round, so. The Stegomus.
All right. I'm gonna move up a bit and hope that I can still see him from there. I can see him from there, right? There's not too much stuff in the way or anything.
You could see him clearly.
Oh. That's good enough because I'm gonna cast a cantrip with a save. So
So you're like, there he is. I could see him up there.
So we're gonna frostbite at him.
Uh-oh, he succeeded big time.
Yeah, he did. Holy cow. That's it. Just maintaining concentration.
Yeah, you can hear him moving around back there on the ship. He's a big boy. He's like, you get to hear the ship squeaking.
Well,
Squall.
so moving forward, I guess I can see him up there, standing on the back of the deck.
Yeah, yeah. Just because you
Alright,
play
then.
Tabaxis all the time.
Yeah, meow. I too will cast Banishment, and he fails,
And he's gone.
and he's gone.
And we don't get to the end of the round because there's no way these guys can catch up to the ship. Wait, what's
I
their
didn't
swim
get to
speed?
use my haste again.
What's their swim speed? You know,
Oh shit,
we'll
Ezra,
get a,
I even took that into consideration. Said I wasn't gonna. Oh fuck. Okay, sorry.
You can stand at the back of the ship and just take him out.
now I
600 feet.
I do want to point out, and I thought it was pretty clear, we do have another encounter tonight. So
You can knock Squall unconscious and drop his concentration.
And I'm going to go ahead and roll that encounter right now so I can get it ready for next week when we first start off. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. So it's right there in chat. See it?
No.
Well, you guys might not be able to unless you watch this, but I can when I review next week when I go to set this up. I'll see it right there. So
It's a swarm of kippers.
it's a swarm of quippers, yeah, and they're just going to eat this bottom of the ship out. That's all they're going to do.
Could we have quippers for breakfast, mommy dear, mommy dear?
So you guys,
Never mind.
another successful evening of Call from the Deep. And we're going to call it right here, guys. I appreciate you guys watching Tabletop RPG Network. Drake Takes. Tomorrow is an off night for me. I get to get a night off. But Thursday, over on Marbania's stream, he will be running Deadlands. And I'll be playing over there. So you can see Marbania's stuff How come that didn't pop up?
Rob just shows up.
Right? Rob shows up and wants me to raid somebody, but it is Rob. So we're gonna go over and raid Rob's channel.
I think
Which
he
he
just
just tried
stopped.
to
I
raid
had him
you.
on the big screen.
Oh, did he just raid me? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
because he just
He was
stopped. I
trying.
had him up
Oh.
on the big screen over there.
you competitive.
Oh, there he
fucky.
is. There he is. He just got in, raided with a party of 14 as we're shutting down. And
Right as we're done.
yeah, I don't know. My thing's not working. But anyway, so Thursday over on Marbania's channel is Deadlands. Friday, we're gaming this week, right?
I am.
No, I won't be there. So I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
are gaming
no,
or not.
I won't. Nope. Nope.
No,
No games.
Friday, no game
No
on
Friday game.
Friday. Saturday over on Rob's channel, we are definitely running. I am running Descent into Avernus on Rob2E's Twitch channel. That runs at 9 Eastern, and or do the math for your time zone, and then back here on Tuesday again. Wait, are we gaming next week? Because Caesar's not going to be here and Marbania's not going to be here, right?
No, I'm,
Well, I'm gonna try
back
to
here
be
next Tuesday.
Oh, you're
I'm
here
I'm
next
taking my
Tuesday?
laptop.
Okay, so
Following.
the
I
following.
just don't know
okay.
what the internet connection is going to be like down there.
Well, we
But I'm
can.
gonna try.
You can at least get on Discord and we can run your character that way. So we can at least do that. So I don't see anybody on the network that I'm going to go raid. So we're going to call it. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching some D&D 5e. So come see us. Say goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya. See you guys.